Well, it's Sunday night. We have to go back to work tomorrow. That's no fun. Of course, some to work, some to school, I guess. Some they're a combination thereof. But you know what? Before it's time to get back to reality tomorrow, we're going to have a little fun tonight. We're going to open a half case of Leaf Autograph football jerseys and a full case of Clearly Authentic baseball. And then we're going to open a half case of Allen and Ginter, which is the last of the Allen and Ginter that I have on hand. But before we get started ripping into packs and whatnot tonight, we've got a little bit of information to go over. So let's start with that. First up there, guys, a note about my feedback. That's just to let you know that it is automated, and I do that so that you don't have to wait on me to get caught up on feedback. So anytime that you leave positive feedback for me, you're going to instantly get it in return. Second part of that message, of course, the most important part really of that message is me saying thank you to you guys and gals. I appreciate everyone who bids and breaks with me, those of you who come by to chat with me and hang out and watch the break. So appreciate you spending part of your time with me this Sunday evening. What we're looking at right now is just a list of the breaks that are coming up. This stuff is already listed on eBay. I put new stuff up just about every night, and it tends to run in a 5-day period. So tomorrow night, we're going to open a Gold Rush Series 2 autograph football helmet, a second case of Crown Royal basketball, which I have to say the first case was a lot of fun. And then we're going to do another 2-box case of Unparalleled football. So busy tomorrow night. Tuesday, we'll do a triple play baseball box with 3 autographed items in it, a baseball, a jersey, and a photograph. We'll do a 7th case of Clearly Authentic baseball, and then we're going to do a jumbo case of Topps Chrome. And that jumbo case of Topps Chrome is going to have 40 autograph hits in it, so that's going to be a fun break too. Wednesday, we have got an autographed New Era baseball hat, an autographed baseball jersey that's one of those National Show exclusive editions. We'll break the back half of the Leaf jersey case that we start tonight. We'll finish that case up on Wednesday night. National Treasures Collegiate Football comes out on Wednesday. We'll open a case Wednesday night. Origins Football, which I love, 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 comes out on Wednesday, and we'll open that on Wednesday night. And then Leaf Flash Football actually comes out the day before on the 21st, but we're going to open it on the 22nd for break number 2. Break number 1 actually is already sold on eBay. It happened, it's a long story. But anyway, we will be breaking that one on the 21st, but it's 7 o'clock and it's already been sold. So not currently on eBay, that one. Thursday night, we'll open a single Game Day Greats autograph football jersey, a second case of National Treasures Collegiate Football, and we'll do just an 8-box case of Unparalleled on Thursday night. On Friday, we'll do another case of Origins, some more Crown Royal, and on Friday, Chronicles Baseball comes out, right? So we're going to open a case of that. And they've revamped Chronicles a little bit this year. They've made more. The stuff that was fun last year, there's more of. The stuff that we didn't like last year about Chronicles, there's less of. So I think you're going to like Chronicles, but we'll talk more about it when we get closer to time. So a couple of things to note here. The football jerseys, of course, are a free shipping break. That stuff I usually project to go out 6 or 7 days after the break ends, so I'm projecting the jerseys to go out on Saturday. Sometimes I get them out sooner than that. Often I do. But just plan on Saturday. Be happy if it goes sooner. If you get blanked in the jersey break, here's what happens. Your consolation card, normally I'm going to hold on to that if you're in a free break until the next time when you do pull a card or an item that's headed your way. I keep up with that stuff for a rolling 90-day period. So if you want it sent sooner, this again just applies to the jersey break. But if you want it sent sooner, you don't want to wait until your next hit, just jump in there, send me a message on eBay, we'll get you hooked up. Paid shipping breaks tonight, which are Clearly Authentic and Allen and Ginter. I'm projecting to go out on Thursday. I'm hoping I can get them to you sooner, but we're going to project Thursday. Don't have to worry about consolation cards in Allen and Ginter, but if you get skunked in Clearly Authentic, your consolation cards will ship with the rest of the break. Okay, you don't have to wait on it to ship because it's a paid shipping break. So that is all the info that we need to get things rolling tonight, and we're starting off with a 4-box case or 4 boxes, which is a half case, I'll get it out in a minute, of Leaf autographed football jerseys. This is break number 9 of that. And of course, everything we're opening ended tonight, Sunday night, the 19th of August. And yeah, so this is the start of a new case of the jerseys. So what will happen is this. I'm going to open up the case, take all the boxes out. We're going to number all 8 of the boxes on the end. I'll use random.org to determine which ones we open tonight versus which ones we open in the back half of this break in a couple of days from now. And I took autofocus off. I'm trying to manually set the focus, and for some reason I think the battery's like almost dead in my mouse. I have a little trouble there. So sorry for the motion sickness and whatnot. Yikes. We have Bobby B here. Hey, back to you, Bobby B. Greg is here. Ben Rudd's here. Buckeye for Fun. And Randy is here too. Oh, you're at Mohegan Sun. Randy, you have a bunch of stuff, man. You got a big, you have a big list of stuff tonight. I remember that from combining your invoice. I thought, man, Randy's loaded up for bear tonight. All right, guys, this case is like huge, so I'm not going to set this up on the table and cause a little earthquake. What I am doing, of course, is pulling them all out of here, and we're just going to number them up on the end and then use random.org. All right, I've almost got them. There we go. So we have pulled some really interesting stuff out of these Leaf jerseys, and some of it's been rookies, some of it's been current players, some Hall of Famers, you know, veteran retired guys. We've had a really interesting mix of stuff, but for the most part, it's been pretty good. All right, let's go over here to random and get this done. Okay, so it looks like we are 4, 5, 6, 7. Huh, that's handy, isn't it? All right, in order. 4, 5, 6, 7. All right. So let me get some of the rest of these out of the way. All right, that was 1 through 3, and now I only need to get 8 out of there. Oh, boy, I just messed up my math. That's all right. We'll fix it in a minute. Okay, so it is jersey time. Jerseys. You know what? I said this the last time. I'm going to say it again. We are due for a Cowboys jersey. I mean, there's a lot of Cowboys hits in here, and we haven't pulled one yet. So I think we're definitely due for a Cowboys jersey. I hope one shows up tonight. Right now, we have a Hall of Famer sort. Roger, whose last name I never pronounce right, Worley, something like that. I believe he is an Arizona Cardinal, right? Let's just double check that real quick. I believe that he is, but bear with me. I'm going to just make certain. I'm waiting for NFL.com to load up so that we can double check that that's the only place he belongs. If I can remember how to spell his name. And it's loading. Yes, he's an Arizona Cardinal. Okay, that's what I thought, but I wanted to make sure. All right, this one was number 4 in our stack of boxes. Oh, this is cool. Oh, we haven't seen this one before. Dick Butkus, baby. Oh, yeah. I like that. So there, of course, is your Leaf Authentication hologram sticker, same as we had with the jersey just a second ago for the Cardinals, and your Leaf Authentication on a little credit card type thing. And there, of course, is your signature. So a nice little Dick Butkus for the Bears. So the Bears and the Cardinals so far. Randy, are you having any luck at Mohegan Sun? Are you winning any money? Ooh, this looks like something we haven't seen before either, just based on the colors. It's the Cincinnati Bengals, and it is Joe Mixon. And you have got a JSA authentication card there, and JSA authentication sticker, and of course your autograph. So when you get this, guys, just make sure that you find the cards, whether they're credit cards or whether they're paper like this. If you want to keep that, just make sure that you locate that before you toss all of your wrapping stuff out, because I tend to fold them up inside the jersey for the most part. You know, and if you take the jersey out like I would, I'd be like all excited and take it out and like, you know, whoo, whip it open. That thing will go flying and you might not see it. So, oh, this is nice. Oh, this is really nice. Pittsburgh Steelers, baby. Antonio Brown on the Bumblebee jersey. I like that hit. So there's your AB autograph. You have got a Leaf hologram authentication sticker and then a Leaf COA credit card size in there. So here's our recap for the jerseys. Antonio Brown for the Pittsburgh Steelers. Love it. Joe Mixon for the Cincinnati Bengals. Also very nice and one we don't hit very often. First time we have hit this one, Dick Butkus for the Chicago Bears. And once again, Leaf hologram authentication sticker, credit card size COA, and your signature. And then Roger, whose last name I can't pronounce, who's like in the, you know, Cardinals Hall of Fame, Ring of Honor, whatever you want to call it, for the Arizona Cardinals, Leaf hologram authentication and the Leaf credit card size authentication. So those are our 4 jerseys for this half case of Leaf. Let me get these put away, guys, and then we'll move on down the road here. Give me just 1 second. Okay, we are going to be doing Clearly Authentic. So let's get that case up here ready to rock and roll and bring our spreadsheet back up, which, if you didn't see this a second ago, I mean, you probably did, but sometimes, you know, people jump in and out. So if you didn't see this a second ago, our Clearly Authentic and Allen & Ginter, I'm projecting to ship on Thursday, hoping I can get it out sooner, but to be on the safe side, I'm projecting Thursday. And Clearly Authentic, if you happen to get skunked in this break, your consolation cards will ship with the rest of the break, since this is a paid shipping break. And here we go, 2018 Topps Clearly Authentic Baseball full case break, break number 6. And like our other items tonight, ended tonight on eBay Sunday night the 19th. We have team names on the left-hand side. Our winning bidders are across from it there on the right-hand side. And what's this? Buckeye is saying you need a pirate. You're looking for a Pittsburgh Pirate tonight, huh? Well, we'll see if we can't conjure up a pirate for you. We'll give that a shot here in a second. Hang on one hot second. I am looking at, just checking one thing here real quickly. And, okay, cool. I was making sure that I had left out the Tampa Bay Rays, because I'm like, oh boy, I don't remember what just happened with that. Tampa Bay Rays are not in this product. They're not on the checklist. And I try really hard to remember not to list them, but the fact of the matter is sometimes I just go on autopilot. And, you know, I mean, you've got all those teams just memorized in alphabetical order because of how many times I've listed them over the years. And sometimes I forget, and I end up putting the Rays in there when I don't mean to. And usually I will catch it somewhere along the way and go end it before it would ever become an issue. But every once in a while I forget, and one goes all the way through to the end, and then I have to, you know, explain to the person and give them their money back and all that sort of stuff. So I try just to not list it, obviously. That's the best answer. But I got worried there for a second because I'm like, ooh, I don't remember anything about the Rays one way or the other. So I just wanted to look real quick. But we're good. We're good. We're all good. Okay, so this is, of course, one encased card per box. Now, in a lot of our past boxes, we have been pulling out redemptions. And if we pull out redemptions, that's a good thing. Normally, you would say, hey, nobody wants redemptions. That's no good at all. But guess what? In this case, it is a good thing, because they'll still give us an encased card along with the redemption. So we get a bonus hit, basically, every single time we pull a redemption in Clearly Authentic. So most of our cases, we've been pulling 2 or 3 per case in general on redemption-wise. And there's one. So we would hope that that would be the case again tonight, because instead of having 20 hits, then we'll have, right now that means we'll have at least 21. If we find more, it'll just keep on keeping on, adding to our total. And everybody likes extra hits. We all want more of everything. Especially when it doesn't cost us any extra, right? So, that's our plan. Our plan is to... oh, there's one more. All right, so now we're up to what will be 22 hits in here. So far I like the track we're on. And I do still have a few. There's a third one, so now we're up to 23 hits. I do still have a few more cases of this. Maybe another case or two. Well, definitely another couple of cases. Maybe, I don't know if there's any more beyond that or not down there. I'll have to count it up, tally it up this week and see. But I might also be able to buy some more. I can usually, depending on what they've done on the price, you can always find more. Just don't always want to pay what they're asking for it. That's the key. But we'll see how it shakes out. How much more we can get our hot little hands on. But of course, we've got Chronicles coming up, and that's going to be fun. I don't know how many of you broke Chronicles last year, but it was a pretty cool product last year, but there were some things about it that weren't as much fun. So the part that's good is they make all of these card sets that they don't otherwise produce for baseball. So, Spectra and Limited and Cornerstones and all those kinds of Panini products that we find in football and in basketball that they don't produce in baseball. So they make rookie cards in all of those different insert sets. And of course, that's really the most collectible part of Chronicles is that. And a lot of times those insert cards will even be signed, which makes it even better. You pull like a signed whatever, Shohei Ohtani on a Spectra baseball type deal. So they've added additional insert sets. So that part's going to be cool. And they have made fewer of the Chronicles base cards, because that's the part we didn't really like last year, because they were kind of ugly last year. And of course, everybody wanted the autograph on the inserts, not as much on the base card sets. So they've made a few little changes, tweaked it up a little bit, and I think we're going to like it even better this year than we did last year. So looking forward to that on Friday night too. Look at that case hit, kids. That is Nolan Ryan. That is nice. Texas Rangers, who probably sold relatively inexpensively tonight because they don't have a lot of options. But boy, that's a nice one. A Nolan Ryan numbered to 30 on Baseball's Finest. That is an excellent way to start off with that case hit for the Rangers. Then we have Domingo Santana for the Brewers coming out next. And that was on a Father's Day insert? No, Jackie Robinson Day insert. For the Cubbies, we have Ian Happ on a Mother's Day insert. I think that is the most awkward photograph of him. I don't know why they used that. It makes him look really contorted and like he doesn't know how to run, I think. Med Rosario is next out for the Mets. That is numbered to 99 in the green parallel. For the San Francisco Giants, we have Miguel Gomez. For the Angels, Troy Scribner /99, green parallel. Meanwhile, the Angels are just going like, why can't that be Shohei Ohtani? I know, I hear you. Hey, here's a nice one if you've got the Phillies. How about Aaron Nola /10? Yeah, /10. You heard that right. That's a nice hit for the Phillies with Aaron Nola /10. And the Phillies come out right behind that with another nice hit. This one is /50 in the red parallel. Also for the Phillies. Uh-oh, look what we have for you, Buckeye for fun. Yeah, we have a nice Austin Meadows /25. Who says you don't have good luck in this product? What? Austin Meadows /25? You've got good luck in this product now, my friend. For the Brewers, it is Eric Timms on a Memorial Day insert. The Blue Jays get involved with Richard Urena. Here come the Cardinals, Tommy Pham. For the Oakland A's, it's Dustin Fowler, because you're really not ever going to open this product without finding Dustin Fowler, I don't think. It's like super rare to not find him. This is Ben Gamel /50 on a Father's Day insert for the Mariners. The Dodgers, Alex Verdugo, nice hit. Nice little rookie Verdugo coming out for LA. The Mets hit with Dominic Smith. You had the nice Ahmed Rosario a while ago. Your other rookie, Dominic Smith, going alongside. Oh, wow. That's nice, too. That's /75, and that is Rizzo for the Cubbies on a Roberto Clemente Award insert. For the Marlins, this is Sandy Alcantara. Cantara or Cantara? I don't know which. I'm sure you're not shocked that I don't know which. But anyway, that was for the Marlins. Here's Jackson Stevens for my Cincinnati Reds. Looks better on that card than he did in the game the other night. And here is our other case hit. And that looks like Frank Thomas for the White Sox /99. How about that nice little hit? So the White Sox holding out there to the very end and pulling a nice Frank Thomas. Let's put something, that one is, well, I don't know. That really doesn't help much. I was trying to put something behind it so you could see the autograph a little better. Maybe that helps some, but probably not a whole lot. Now, before we do our recaps, we have 3 redemptions to check out. And here's what's going to happen. We'll flip them over, take a look at them. Then we're going to go to the Topps website and verify them, which means nothing more than just making sure that the team is who we think it is. It is Walker Buehler in a black parallel for the Dodgers. Next up, we have Clint Frazier for the Yankees. Clint Frazier comes out of Clearly Authentic a lot, doesn't he? Seems like he does. Seems like we've been pulling him a lot. Oh, how about that? There's a Clearly Authentic black parallel of Chris Bryant for the Cubbies. That is a nice hit. Yeah, it is. I think that's the second case where we've had a Chris Bryant black parallel. So we've been kind of jamming on the Chris Bryants lately. And I'm happy to have them. If you have the Cubs, I imagine you're happy to have them. These are the 3 that we're going to the website to verify. Again, you know what? We know where these guys play. But I like to do all of this on screen so that there's never any question about how something got assigned to a team. This way we're just going to go look at it all together and then we'll all be on the same page. So there's Chris Bryant for our Cubs as expected. He is right there. Clint Frazier. Where are you, Clint Frazier? Again, a Yankee, just like we thought it would be. And finally, Walker Buehler coming across for the Dodgers. And that is our Clearly Authentic checklist, matching up all of our teams. So let's go ahead and recap Clearly Authentic. Walker Buehler for the Dodgers, that is in the black parallel. Chris Bryant for the Cubbies in the black parallel. Clint Frazier for the Yankees. We have a very nice Frank Thomas case hit for the White Sox. That's really a pretty awesome hit, numbered /99. The Reds had Jackson Stevens. The Dodgers had Alex Verdugo. The Cardinals with Tommy Pham. The Blue Jays with Richard Urena. The Marlins, Sandy Alcantara. And then the Cubs had this nice hit to 25 as well with Rizzo on the Roberto Clemente Award insert. The Mets with Dominic Smith. The Brewers have a hit with Eric Thames. There is Troy Scribner to 99 for the Angels. For the Giants, it's Miguel Gomez. There's an Ahmed Rosario to 99 for the Mets. And then we have Ben Gamel to 50, Mariners. Dustin Fowler for the A's. Here's the nice Austin Meadows to 25 for the Pirates. Really nice little hit there for Pittsburgh. And then for the Cardinals to 50, Aaron Altherr, whatever it is. Aaron Nola to 10 is an awesome hit for the Phillies. But you know what? Frank Thomas was pretty awesome. But this Nolan Ryan might be slightly more awesome. That's just so cool. That is numbered to 30. It is a case hit, baseball's finest superstars. And, of course, he's a Texas Ranger on that card, so congrats, Rangers. And the Cubbies hit again with Ian Happ, so they had a nice break. And Domingo Santana for the Brewers wraps it up. Now we are headed headfirst, headlong into Allen and Ginter. Hey, Greg, are you in Allen and Ginter, or were you only in Clearly Authentic tonight? I don't remember if I saw you in Allen and Ginter or not. Let me get our spreadsheet up and running here. Hang on one second. I want to say maybe you weren't. I think you're not a huge Allen and Ginter fan either, if I remember correctly. I know some of you don't like the product. Some do, some don't. It's very much a love or hate kind of product. Allen and Ginter kind of always has been that way. So one more time, if you did not see this prior, the Allen and Ginter and the Clearly Authentic both I'm projecting to ship out on Thursday. You do not have to worry about consolation cards in Allen and Ginter. There's a lot of cards in here and everybody's going to pull some, so no need to worry about that. So this is 6 boxes of 2018 Allen and Ginter baseball. It's a half case break. It is break number 8. It is the last of the Allen and Ginter. So once we finish this break tonight, we will be waving goodbye to 2018 Allen and Ginter. Not to be seen again until next year when we'll have 2019. You will note there are a few extra categories in here beyond our normal team names. And those are non-baseball celebrity. So what that covers is anything that is not a baseball player, but that is a celebrity or sports figure, you know, a comedian, a sports writer, another athlete in a different sport, whatever it may be. That's going to fall into that category. Then there is a category for beaches, moons, anything to do with nature or weather. That's all together as one category. Then there is baseball equipment, baseball superstitions, and stadiums. That is all together as one category. Then we have non-baseball, non-celebrity minis. So that's a whole bunch of stuff that doesn't fall into any of those other categories. That's flags of lost nations, world's hottest peppers. You know, there's a huge list of those things. Phobias. If you check out the listing for that, it gives you a rundown of everything that falls under that category. If we were to find a fossil relic, it would go there, etc. So there's a bunch of stuff that falls into those categories. And if you have a question about something as it goes by and you want to know which category it falls into, just stop me and let me know, okay? Otherwise, probably as we go through, maybe the first time we see something, I will usually kind of say, hey, this is what it's going to be. And then after that, I don't. And of course, these are numbered on the end as well. And that is just because when we started this case, obviously we didn't open the whole case at once. So at that time, I took all the boxes out and numbered them on the end and used random.org to figure out which ones we opened in the first half versus which ones were left for here. And if I'm remembering correctly, I believe we found the hot box in the first half, but I don't think we hit any rip cards. So I think we're probably going to have both of our rip cards most likely in this half of the case. And then next up, we've got box toppers, right? So they can either be these little weird size cards, which I know they technically have a name, but they don't fit in a top loader. I'm just, you know, I call them weird size cards. Or they can be the larger size, traditional size box loaders. This one is Cody Bellinger for the Dodgers. And what else do we need to know about Allen and Ginter? There are 3 hits in every box, and they define as hits can be an autograph, it can be a relic, it could be an autographed relic, it can be a rip card or a booklet. Any or all of those qualify as hits. So we're going to find 3 of those, some combination of 3 of those things per box. Buckeye, for fun, you're asking me about those Leaf Greatest Hits breaks. They just weren't filling. I mean, I was putting the information up and going through it, but they were not filling. I mean, even close to filling. They were, football was probably the closest, but even at that, there were maybe a third of the team spoken for. So I just pulled it out of there, and I haven't decided yet what I'm going to do with it. I will either reconfigure it and offer it for sale through chat as a random team fixed price break, or I will list it on eBay as a random team fixed price break, or maybe some of both, where you can pick it up either way. Or I might just sell the cases outright to somebody else. I don't know, because it just didn't seem to have a whole lot of interest, at least from those of you who break with me on a regular basis. There just wasn't a level of interest to do them that way, which is kind of unfortunate because it is an awesome product, and I really do want to get into them. I've had some of it for quite a while. Of course, Greatest Hits Basketball just came out, and the hits in it are tremendous. So I don't know if everybody, just if they're unfamiliar with it, maybe people think, oh, it's just Leaf cards in there, which it's like not at all that, but I don't know. For whatever reason, it wasn't that popular. So that's what happened to them. They're in limbo till I decide how best to proceed with them. Honestly, I might just sell the cases. That's probably just as easy as anything else. If anybody wants them, I haven't really looked to see if there's much of a market for it or not with other breakers. So we'll see. We'll see how it goes. All right. So for instance, this guy is an example of non-baseball celebrity. And of course, again, we're going to find lots and lots of those types as we go along our way here tonight. And of course, what you see there, that goes to beaches, moons, and weather, which has its own category. There's our poker dude, a non-baseball celebrity type. Let me get a little stack going over here so that I can keep myself organized somewhat. I got to keep those scissors handy too. We've got to get in those box toppers. This goes to baseball equipment, baseball superstitions, stadium category. And again, most of that stuff, guys, I'm just going to kind of call it maybe the first time through or whatever, so that everybody has a kind of a general feel for how those extra categories work. And then once we see them go by the first time, we won't stop on them again. So I do, oh, that's kind of cool. Jim Thorpe, and of course he will go to non-baseball, non-celebrity minis, because this is Indigenous Heroes is the category. So that's where that goes. That's beaches, moons, and weather. But I do like Allen and Ginter, and I know a lot of people don't, but I do. Yes, Sheldon, I can absolutely, we can look at the back of the minis for you at the end of the break. So for anybody else who might be interested in that, any of the baseball minis, they'll all be stacked off to the side. And at the very end of the break, we'll just do a quick little run through and look at the back of each one, because that's a little more efficient than flipping each one over front and back as we go through, because that would... it's just easier to do it at the end, look at the backs all together. So our first relic out is for the Nationals, and it's Anthony Rendon. Oh, I forgot about these. I forgot to talk about this. This is a home run challenge Tampa Bay Rays and Corey Dickerson. This is 1 per box. If you get that, what you do is scratch off that little silver box on the back. It will give you a code. You go to the Topps website, which is also listed there on the back of the card, and you will get an opportunity to choose a game when you think the player on the front of the card will hit a home run. And if you are correct and your player does hit a home run on that date, you get a special limited edition kind of Topps Now card. There is Carlos Correa for the Astros is our second hit in this box. And then if you do hit and you get the card, you also get entered into a drawing to go to next year's Home Run Derby. So this is non-baseball, non-celebrity minis, the little postage required deal there. Little black border Buster Posey. How about my Reds beating up on the Giants for the series? I was a little surprised about that. This is Baseball Superstitions. It goes to the same category that is equipment, superstitions, and stadiums. Yeah, I was pleasantly surprised that the Reds had such a nice 3-game stand against the Giants. And you know what? I'm sure the Giants were surprised too. So I think they were pretty well expecting to come in and sweep the Reds, which, like, who wouldn't have been expecting that? Reds have been so up and down lately, but I don't know. We were in a groove. Managed to cash in this weekend. Despite the fact that Joey Votto's on the DL. Yeah, did all that without him. Oh man, Buckeye for fun. You had Sousa Jr. in the home run challenge twice. Yeah, he has only hit 3 home runs this year. That does make life a little more difficult. I've noticed there are a few of the guys in the home run challenge that maybe aren't knocking them out at the same rate that they were last year. So, of course, it's the same guys that they put in starting in Series 1. And they've been, Series 1, Series 2 here in Ginter, archives, and I guess there'll be an update. I don't know, but I think they will be an update. And it's the same group of guys in each case. So what I believe happened is that they just probably looked at who was belting them out last year, and those are the guys they chose. And in some cases, those guys aren't really belting them out this year. So some are definitely more likely to net you a win than others in that home run challenge. That's for sure. But it's still kind of a cool little thing, It's just a little bonus thing they put in for us. So I always appreciate extra opportunities like that where you have a chance to win something or get something extra. Here comes a rip card. It's coming out for the Tampa Bay Rays. And it is numbered to 50. Chris Archer and the Rays. So there is 1 rip card again. I think we're going to find 2 probably in this half case because I really don't think we found one at all in the first half. Not that I recall finding anyway. So now granted, I do not always remember everything that comes out, especially when it's been a week or so since we've opened it. So I could be wrong, but that's just my thought off the top of my head. So I don't know if any of you follow horse racing or not, but Triple Crown winner Justified is here in Kentucky doing some little tours and things. Well, he doesn't do tours. He stays in one spot. But you can go do tours of the horse farm where he is living and see him and stuff. And my mom is going to be doing that tomorrow. Went to see American Pharaoh, too. Same kind of deal. He retired here as well after his Triple Crown run. Well, he ran a little bit longer. He ran through Breeders' Cup, but Chris Bryant and the Cubbies is our box loader. But yeah, so that's tomorrow. But my mom says, oh, the forecast is calling for thunderstorms, so that's not going to be good if it rains all over the place. But hopefully she's going to be able to go and do without getting stormed on. Because it's one of those rain or shine kind of things. Like, they don't cut you any slack. It's like, yeah, well, we've got your money, so too bad. It happens that way sometimes. But I guess, you know, if you tried to always plan around the weather, you'd probably not get much done. It can be 80 and sunny at noon and 40 and snowing at 3 o'clock if you live in Kentucky. Not so much snowing this time of year, but you take my point. Our weather changes frequently here. Some big swings sometimes. All right, let's stop and see what we've got in this batch. We'll open up some of those other packs after we look at these. You know me, I can only delay my gratification just for a certain amount of time. Once that point passes, yeah, we got to stop and open stuff. Or look at stuff, I should say. Oh, you know what else comes out Friday? I forgot about this. I didn't even get this listed, but it just now hit me. Diamond Icons. Yeah, so besides what we were already talking about with Chronicles Baseball, we're going to have Diamond Icons coming on Friday as well. I have to say, though, I did not have very good luck getting Diamond Icons this year. I mean, it's never an easy product to get, right? It's always, I mean, it's very expensive, but it's always in short supply. They just never make enough to keep everyone happy. But for whatever reason, this year I really got hammered on that. In fact, they didn't even give me a full case. I got half a case. That's all I got. Half a case. And I was surprised by that, but of course I'm not going to turn it down, right? I mean, no, I'm definitely taking it. So we have what we have. The Nationals Home Run Challenge, Anthony Rendon. So I guess we'll probably start opening that on Saturday since I didn't get it listed for Friday night. So for those of you who might be inclined for the high end, Diamond Icons is for you. But you know, I'm still waiting on a redemption from Chronicles from last year. I had a customer who stiffed me on a break. So I guess they weren't really a customer, were they? Because they didn't actually pay for it. So I will say a bidder who bought the Red Sox and then never paid for them. And they hit an Andrew Benintendi Spectra card set autograph. I don't remember the parallel, but maybe numbered to 50 or 25 or something like that. So I decided just to keep that, and the redemption, I mean, obviously, because they didn't pay for it. I thought, well, I'll go ahead and redeem it, because Benintendi had been keeping up with his stuff pretty well. And then I figured, well, when I get it, I'll sell it, and that'll pay for part of what I lost on the break on that spot, because the guy had spent a lot of money buying the spot. And then, of course, now, like, who cares? It's a year later, and I still don't have it. So won't be recovering my money now, but I guess eventually I will get it. And I've seen like all the others go out. All the other stuff from Chronicles, for the most part, has been out for ages and ages. But not Benintendi, buddy. He's going to be too busy to stop and sign his. I'm like, thanks, dude. But I am excited that they've expanded Chronicles this year to include more card sets and more autographs on the insert sets, and maybe not quite as many of the Chronicles base cards. Jose Altuve. So the Astros already have a Carlos Correa relic. You have a Jose Altuve relic to go along with. We are coming upon another hit. And this is Clayton Kershaw. Little framed relic there for the Dodgers. So we've had lots of relics so far. We're kind of due a signature, don't you think? That goes to baseball equipment category. Yes, I feel like we are due for something. Some kind of signature, whether it's going to be a baseball player or non-baseball celebrity or whatever. I think we're due to hit an autograph. Got a big pile of relics going over there. Folio of Fears. I love, for whatever reason, Folio of Fears are my favorite minis this year. And I really don't quite know why, but I like them best. And it seems like some cases have a lot of Folio of Fears in them, and other cases have hardly any. Look at that. They could be family, couldn't they? Look at that. Yeah, they could be. Clint Frazier and Michael Rappaport. They could totally be related. Oh, here's our other rip card. It's for the Rangers. It is numbered 250, and it's Adrian Beltre. So both rip cards have now surfaced. Pretty quick out on both of those. No suspense involved there, right? Came out of the first two boxes. So I am going to miss Allen and Ginter in the fact that I enjoy the hits and I like all the little quirky odds and ends stuff that makes it what it is. The same reason that some people don't like it, all the quirky odds and ends stuff, is the reason I do like it. But I will tell you what I'm not going to miss, and that's the sorting. Yeah, I do not like sorting stuff with loads and loads of base cards. Like, I don't think probably anybody does. But what are you going to do? We like the product, so gotta open it, I guess, no matter how many cards it has in it. So I will miss the product, I won't miss the sorting. That's the short version of the story. We have a full-size box loader in here. Let's see who it is. I'd like to find an autographed one. I haven't found any this year that are autographed. So maybe we'll get lucky and find one autographed tonight. Jose Altuve, Astros. Trying to think what else is coming up for baseball. Diamond Icons and Chronicles on Friday. But there's something else we're not... Oh, Bowman Chrome. That's it. I'm like going, I know we're really close to something I really want to open. Yeah, Bowman Chrome. That's supposed to be September the 5th. So we're not... I mean, it's not like right away, but it's pretty close. I love my Bowman Chrome. And of course, in the meantime, we do still have Topps Chrome Jumbo to keep us busy. So even though this is the end of Allen and Ginter, we have Clearly Authentic will still be breaking, and more Topps Chrome, and then of course Chronicles Baseball that comes out on Friday, Diamond Icons that comes out on Friday. So we're going to have plenty of baseball to keep us occupied until we get to Bowman Chrome. But I'm super looking forward to that one. It's always my favorite. Well, any of the Bowmans. It doesn't just have to be Bowman Chrome. I just love Bowman in general. Because the prospecting is, well, it's fun. Let's face it. It's like playing the stock market, or in the case of Randy, who's at Mohegan Sun, right? So it's like playing whatever Randy's playing at Mohegan Sun. I don't know if he's playing cards or roulette or craps or what, but it's the same kind of deal. We take a little gamble on who we think is going to make it big when they get called up. Yeah, I don't even know who some of those guys are that we see go by on the non-baseball celebrity. I guess I should read the backs of some of them, then I would know. Occasionally I do. But usually it's something strange. Not strange, but it's usually something that, like sports writer or something where, honestly, I mean, I don't notice that many bylines when I read sports articles. I don't really notice that much who writes them, so for the most part, I probably wouldn't know the sports writers anyway. But we're almost to that time of the year. We've got a little bit before we get there, but we're almost to the magical time of year where football and basketball and baseball all overlap. Isn't that your favorite time of year? I can't wait for college football to get started again. I can't wait for college basketball to get started again. Of course, we've already had a little taste of pro football with the preseason games, the exhibitions, or whatever you want to call them. I mean, technically they're called, I guess, preseason games, but it's that getting that little taste of it just really makes me want to get right into the middle of the season. Just enough to get you hyped up for the new year, but not yet ready to start it. Maddening. Deshaun Watson looked good, though, right? I did not get a chance to see that game. I don't get to see a lot of games these days because I'm breaking or listing or sorting or something. But I always go back and watch the highlights, the stuff that is worth watching. And I did want to see how he was looking on that repaired knee from his torn ACL. He looked good. Didn't look like he had any hesitation. Didn't look like it was bothering him at all. So I think Deshaun Watson's probably going to be back at full speed for the Texans, which is nice. And Jimmy G looked good. I mean, granted, you know, it's not like he played the whole game or anything, but what we saw out of him, he looked very good and comfortable, just like he did at the end of last year. Because, you know, you did have to kind of wonder. Because all of a sudden, you know, he gets traded. He starts up there for the 49ers and just sets the world on fire. So you kind of think, oh, all right, small sample size. Is it going to translate into the next year, or was it a fluke? Well, it looks like it's probably going to translate. Kutch. Here comes Andrew McCutcheon for the Giants with a relic. Did I hear that they are considering trading him? That the Giants are considering trading McCutcheon? I'm not sure if that's correct or not, but for some reason, I think I heard that, read that, somebody told me that. I don't know. Of course, the Pirates just traded him to the Giants this season. And I thought he was playing well in San Francisco, so I don't know why they were... If that is correct and they are considering trading him, I don't know why they would be, other than maybe I guess they've got somebody that needs to come up, perhaps. That's the other fun time of the year. when all of our little prospects start getting their call-ups, their September call-ups, so we can get a little look at them, see what's in store for next year. So that's not too far away either. Diamondbacks, J.D. Martinez, Home Run Challenge. So yeah, September and October always are fun times. So I guess we've got the U.S. Open right around the corner too, speaking of September and sports. So we can't be too far off from the U.S. Open. Here comes Clint Frazier. And we got a pinstripe, so I'm happy. Always kills me when they give us Yankees relics without a pinstripe. Fortunately, you don't get too many that don't have a pinstripe, but every once in a while you do. And it always kind of sends me into fits because I'm thinking, are you kidding me? Like, there's so many pinstripes and you couldn't give us one. So. And next out, we have An autograph, finally, for the Baltimore Orioles. Chance Cisco for the O's. The O's have had a pretty rough year. I'm sure that they will be glad to see next year come and this year in their rearview mirror. Well, I guess I should have done that opposite way. We'll stack our packs back behind. That makes a little more sense, doesn't it? So we're at our halfway point right now. So that was the third box that we had gone through. This is box number 4 that I'm getting ready to open. So, of course, we have this one and then 2 that have not yet been opened sitting back behind there. And it's Honus Wagner for the Pittsburgh Pirates. How about the Oakland A's, by the way? Like, what is going on there? That's kind of like, what's it called in Bizarro World, right? Isn't that what it is when there's, like, the opposite of all the DC characters? So, like, Superman is a bad guy and etc. Isn't it called Bizarro World? Whatever it's called. That's how I feel about the Oakland A's. Like, they just, I don't know. I did not expect them to be where they are this time of year. I did not. Of course, we knew when we were in the trade period and they were buying and not selling. I mean, you knew, obviously, they were in good shape then, but you knew they had a lot of confidence about how they were going to finish up. Because, I mean, when's the last time the A's were buying instead of selling at the trade deadline? Not that often. And I guess their confidence is well rewarded, because here they are playing quite well. Way up here into the middle of August. Nice little unexpected twist if you're Oakland. Which I guess if you're in Oakland, right, you just kind of have to adopt the A's, because if you were a Raiders fan, well, they're going to be leaving pretty soon. So, definitely they're here for this season. I think they have an option for the 2019 season, and then by 2020, I think they'll be in Vegas. So that kind of leaves you with the A's, I guess. Although, what actual city are the Golden State Warriors located in? They're up in the Bay Area too, aren't they, kind of? You would think I would know that. I don't know why I don't know that. It just crossed my mind. I'm thinking, wait a minute, what is the actual city name of where the Golden State Warriors are located? And it just is escaping me at the moment. But I think it's kind of in the Bay Area. You know, really, when you think about it, there are a lot of basketball teams in California. Kings, Clippers, Lakers, Warriors, a lot of them. Didn't really realize that until just now when I started thinking about Golden State Warriors. I would like to have a professional basketball team here. I'd really like to have a pro anything team here, but the closest I've got is Cincinnati. You know, Indianapolis is not terribly far, but Cincinnati's an hour and a half away. So up there, of course, we've got the Reds, who I do like, and the Bengals, who I'm a Steelers fan. But I would like to have one here. I think it would be kind of fun. Travis Shaw and the Brewers that is our home run challenge card out of this box. Of course, I imagine the season tickets are outrageously priced for most professional teams. Well, not outrageously priced for what you get, but I mean, in comparison to maybe what it costs to go to, say, our college games. Although, let me say this, our renewal just came in a week or so ago for UK basketball tickets. Holy Moses, we're up to like $2,200 for season tickets, and I'm in the upper arena. That is not cool. Here is Albert Pujols for the Angels with a piece of the baseball bat. That is our relic hit. One of our relic hits. So, yeah, I mean, I think we're, of course, I'm sure we're still not anywhere near paying what pro prices are for season tickets, but man, they just keep going up and up and up and up. And I don't have season tickets for football because, well, let's face it, our football teams have been really bad for a while, like a long time, since Bear Bryant left in the, whatever that was, 40s, our football team. Been bad since the 40s. That's what it feels like anyway. But of course I still watch them, but I'd rather watch them from the comfort of my home with our big screen television sitting on our behinds in a climate controlled environment than to shell out big money to sit out in the ever-changing weather and still maybe lose a lot. So Dustin Pedroia for the Boston Red Sox. But I do think we're getting better, the UK football team, I mean. We for sure are going to have at least one guy who I feel like will be round one talent, and that's our little junior running back, Benny Snell. He might be slightly undersized. Slightly, but you know what? I think he was definitely in the top 5 running backs for the SEC. Maybe the top running back for the SEC. And you know, that's not an easy kind of place to end up in, regardless of what team you play for. So whether he's a little undersized or not, I think he's NFL talent, probably round 1, and I think he'll go pro after this year, his junior year. So we're starting to get things turned around. Aaron Nola and the Phillies. We actually have some other guys that'll probably be drafted too. Some defensive players in particular, I think, will probably get drafted. So one of these days we'll get where we need to go. But it's tough to be in the SEC and be a basketball school instead of a football school because we're such a football conference. Although the basketball is getting better in the SEC, and our UK's football is getting a little better, and SEC basketball as a whole is getting a little better. So maybe we'll end up where we need to be in both places eventually. Natural Wonders. This, of course, goes to the beaches and moons and nature and weather category. That's where that heads off to. So National Treasures Collegiate Football comes out Wednesday, too. That's always a lot of fun to open, and I think it'll be kind of exciting this year because there will be an opportunity to get Saquon Barkley and a few of our other really high-profile rookies with some low-numbered hits and some really nice patches that I think are going to be kind of exciting to find this time of year. And then, of course, they're going to be in Origins, too. I love Origins. I don't know what the card design looks like this year, but just the product as a whole, of course, they modeled it after Topps Inception. And Inception has always been a great product to open. So when Topps lost their NFL license, which was after 2015, starting with the 2016 season, Panini's answer was to come out with Origins. So it's kind of a little, not exactly a carbon copy, but it's a very, very similar product to Topps Inception. And you can always find low-numbered stuff in there, and usually pretty good relics as well. And I like the fact that it's only, you know, 1 pack per box, so you can open the whole 16-box case. That's good, too. Paul Goldschmidt, D-backs Home Run Challenge. It's always preferable when you can just sit down and open the whole case. Although somebody was on here the other night, last night maybe it was, last night or night before last, and he said that he sat through an entire case of Allen and Ginter being broken at once. I could not imagine. I mean, that would, well, I guess it would only take, I guess it would probably take about 2 hours to do it. Maybe not quite, maybe a little under 2 hours. But, man, can you imagine sorting that? I didn't ask him. I should have asked him if whoever was doing that break, if they shipped all the cards or if they only shipped like the inserts and the hits. Because if you don't ship all the cards, it's a whole lot easier to do massive breaks like that. But I couldn't, I couldn't imagine sorting a full case of Allen and Ginter at one time. I don't even know how long that would take. It would take hours. Hours and hours and hours. A long, long, long time. All right, there's only 2 packs left back there, right? But that's where I decide I want to stop. I know. But hey, when the urge hits me, we have to start looking and see what we have pulled. Oh, that's a Folio of Fears that I don't know if I've seen that one before. It looked like Fear of Heights. I think it was Fear of Heights. Gary Sanchez and the Yankees. See, there's a Yankee with no pinstripe, because it's just the gray part. I want my pinstripe. Where's our pinstripe? And Fredrickson here was trying to jump off the back, but he tried to make a break for it, but sadly, he was caught before he could escape. I got caught up on Hard Knocks over the weekend. I watched one of them the other day while I was doing something else, and then I watched one late last night after the break, like 1 o'clock or 2 o'clock in the morning, whatever time I finished. 'Cause, you know, after I do the break, I've got to sit and get everything kind of in its sleeves. Mostly it's in sleeves, but in its top loaders, and kind of do a quick pseudo sort, not the full-on sort and all that sort of stuff. Ian Kinsler for the Angels with a piece of the baseball bat. So I don't know, it was 1 or 2 o'clock in the morning, but I wasn't totally tired yet. Like, I gotta watch Hard Knocks. So I'm finally caught up on that, and it's been interesting. I think my big takeaway from all this is probably going to make, if you're Cleveland Browns fans, this is probably, oh, it's Hank Aaron. This is probably going to make you, like, mad at me or something. But my biggest takeaway from the whole thing is that Hugh Jackson just doesn't seem like he's that strong of a leader. I don't know. I mean, he's a good guy, and he seems like a nice guy and everything, but he doesn't seem like he's like a super strong leader, you know? Oh, man, that is a nice hit right there. That's a nice hit. Okay, if you have non-baseball celebrities, this is John Boyega. And if you don't know who he is, he's a Star Wars guy, right? And he's like a big-time Star Wars guy, the last two films. And this was originally, I believe, supposed to have been in last year's Allen and Ginter, and somehow it didn't get returned in time or whatever. So it's got 2017 date on it. Obviously, it's in the 2018 product. And John Boyega is a very nice hit. So if you have non-baseball celebrity tonight, you made your money back plus, plus, plus. John Boyega is a great hit. So congratulations on that. Pretty cool to hit. I tried to get some Star Wars. There's an archive signature series for Star Wars. And somebody had been asking me, I'd been kind of thinking about breaking some other stuff besides just sports. And, you know, I like Star Wars fairly well. Actually, I like Star Wars a lot. Who am I saying fairly well? I like Star Wars. I love Star Wars. I remember Star Wars, the original set, before the weird, you know, Bosa character. The original Star Wars movies. And so I tried to get some Star Wars cards. And the first thing I tried to get was allocated for Star Wars. And I couldn't get it. I don't even remember the product now. They just were like, no, you can't have it. Oh, okay. So then I tried to order another one. And I didn't get it. Then I ordered Archive Signature Series for Star Wars. And he told me the other day that I got half a case. I'm like, half a case? I can't break this half a case of Archive Signature Series, right? I need to break the whole case. So he said, well, you know, it's all you got allocated. They gave you half a case. So I'm like, oh, all right. So I guess I'm going to take it, but I don't think I'm going to break it. I'll probably just open it myself, I suppose. But I thought that was, I had no idea Star Wars stuff was that hard to get. Star Wars trading cards. But they are. Clayton Kershaw and the Dodgers. So I guess there you go. You know, leave it to Topps to allocate their Star Wars cards. Trying to figure out, there's supposed to be a way to do what I'm trying to do there, just tearing it down the side. That's supposed to be faster and easier, but to me, I don't know. I don't quite have the hang of it or whatever, so it's not kind of any faster. It seems slower to me. I don't know. Anyway, I've been experimenting with it ever since someone told me a few days ago, oh, it's way more efficient if you'll do it like that. Well, okay, but I don't seem to have the knack for it, so it's not really all that more efficient, I don't think. For me, anyway. Maybe for somebody. Maybe just until I get the hang of it. I'll figure it out, I suppose, somewhere along the way. I'd be curious to know what that John Boyega sells for, but I would say that probably brings pretty good money because he's a major Star Wars character in the new movies, as in the current movies that have just been out in the last couple of years. And all things Star Wars usually sell pretty well. And that's just a cool hit. I'm really happy that we hit that. It's a lot of fun. And I imagine it's probably worth some decent money if you are the person who was lucky enough to have the non-baseball celebrity category tonight. It's got to be from this side, but why doesn't it? I don't know why it doesn't just go the whole way down, but it doesn't go the whole way down. This is what I this is what I get for listening to other people. Oh, closer. Progress, right? Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. You guys are all so quiet tonight in chat. It's like everyone slipped into a state of hibernation or something. Like, where did everybody go? You're all so unusually quiet in chat. But I guess it is Sunday night. We are all kind of mentally prepping for whatever work or school or projects we have in the week ahead. So Sundays are always a little bit more subdued, I guess, in that sense. Joey Gallo, Texas Rangers. But we are closing in on the last of Allen and Ginter. Those few little packs left behind there, all we have left of it. And of course, remember at the very end of the break tonight, after we take a look at our hit recap, and we'll put up the spreadsheet information again, like we always do. And then after that, we're going to look at all those minis, all those baseball player minis. We're going to check them out from the back side. Because occasionally there'll be one that doesn't have a number on the back. Or every once in a while you'll find one that's hand numbered to 25, something like that. That's the sort of thing I would normally catch in the sort anyway. But anytime you want something like that to be shown in the break, just jump in there and let me know, which is exactly what Sheldon did earlier. Right at the start of the break, he said, hey, I want to look at the back of the minis at the end of the break. So that way I knew to keep all those minis stacked to themselves over there so we can easily take a look at them that way. All right. The last little bit of 2018 Allen and Ginter is in front of us. So let's hope we find another nice big hit along the way to go with our Boyega that we hit already. Lots of black border minis. I always like the black border ones. They're my favorites. I know they're not, I mean, they're a little more rare than the non-black border, but I know they're not rare by any real, in any real sense, I guess, but I still like them. Texas Rangers have a Runed Home Run Challenge card. Oh, there's our stadium. That goes to baseball equipment, superstitions, and stadium category. Last stack. I think I see a hit coming up. A framed something or another. Seems to be right around the corner here. I think I caught the edge of it. Well, kinds of inserts right there in a row. And it is Dylan Peters for the Marlins as our framed mini autographed card. And for the Red Sox, Big Papi, David Ortiz. A nice little Big Papi relic there to finish off Allen and Ginter 2018. Not too shabby. Okay, 2018 A and G is in the books officially, but we have a little recapping to do here, which we'll take care of right now. And then, so once again, here's what we're going to do. We're going to recap. Then we'll go to the spreadsheet again. Then we will look at the back of all the baseball player mini cards. Okay, so that's what's up and coming right now. Our home run challenge cards went to the Rangers, the Diamondbacks, the Brewers, the Diamondbacks, the Nationals, and the Rays. Our box loaders, we had one of the original size box loaders. That's what the original Allen and Ginter cards were sized like back in the 1800s. That one is Cody Bellinger. For the Dodgers, we have the regular box loader of Clayton Kershaw. For beaches, moons, weather, and whatever the other part of that category is, nature. Yeah, this goes to beaches, moons, weather, and nature. Honus Wagner headed to the Pirates. Jose Altuve to the Astros, and Chris Bryant to the Cubbies. So those are our box loaders for this break. We had a rip card to 50 for Beltre and the Rangers, a Clayton Kershaw relic for the Dodgers, Jose Altuve relic, Astros, a rip card for the Tampa Bay Rays to 50 with Chris Archer, Carlos Correa relic for the Astros, Anthony Rendon relic for the Nationals, Big Papi David Ortiz relic, Red Sox, a Dylan Peters autograph hit for the Marlins. The Texas Rangers had a Joey Gallo relic. And here's our nice John Boyega. That goes to non-baseball celebrity category, and that's a very nice hit, believe it or not. That is a very nice hit. Ian Kinsler for the Angels with a piece of the baseball bat. Gary Sanchez and the Yankees. Aaron Nola for the Phillies. Dustin Pedroia, Red Sox. Albert Pujols for the Angels with a piece of the baseball bat. A little autograph Chance Cisco coming out for the Baltimore Orioles. Clint Frazier with a pinstripe for the Yankees. And Kutch, Andrew McCutchen, San Francisco Giants. Okay, really quickly, we're going to roll through the spreadsheet. And then when we come back from that, it will be time to look at the back of the mini cards. Indeed. All right, if you did not happen to catch this earlier, here's the news you need to know. The autographed football jerseys shipping anticipated. I'm projecting a week out, Saturday the 25th. That's not quite a week out, but might as well be. I really think I can get it out faster than that. I almost always can when it's just a jersey. But to be on the safe side, we're going to leave it listed for Saturday. If it goes out sooner, just be happy about that. And, of course, if you got skunked in the football jersey break, your consolation card, which can be from any year in any series, and is tracked for a rolling 90-day period, is normally going to be held until the next time where you do pull a card or an item. Then I would just gather up all of those consolation cards that you are due for that prior 90-day period, and I would ship them off at once in that package. If you do not want to wait and you don't want to, to have any delayed gratification, you just want that consolation card sent right now, send me a message. I'll put it in an envelope, put a stamp on it, and head it your way. That's for the jersey break. Then, of course, for Clearly Authentic and Allen and Ginter, I am projecting a Thursday shipping date. If I can get it out to you faster than that, you know I will. I always try hard to. And, of course, nobody's going to get skunked in Allen and Ginter. Every team pulled cards, and probably lots of them. And Clearly Authentic, if your team was not pulled, your consolation cards will ship with the rest of that break, because that's a paid shipping break. It will go out on schedule, which is projected again to be Thursday. In the days ahead, here's what we're looking at. Tomorrow night, a full-size football helmet, autographed, of course, from Gold Rush, a case of Crown Royal basketball, and a 2-case break of Unparalleled football. Tuesday is a triple play baseball box, another case of Clearly Authentic, and a jumbo case of Topps Chrome, which will have a whopping 40 autograph hits in it. On Wednesday, we're looking at an autographed New Era baseball cap, an autographed Hit Parade baseball jersey, another half case of Leaf autographed football jerseys, a full case of National Treasures Collegiate football that comes out on Wednesday, a full case of Origins football that comes out on Wednesday, and a second case of Leaf Flash football that comes out on Tuesday, but break number 1 will actually happen on Tuesday, but that's already been sold on eBay, so no worries there. But break number 2 is currently listed and available on eBay, and that one will break on Wednesday night. Thursday night is a single TriStar Game Day Greats football jersey, a second case of National Treasures Collegiate, and a one case break of Unparalleled Football. On Friday, we'll break a second case of Origins, a third case of Crown Royal Basketball, and we'll dig into a full case of Chronicles Baseball, which comes out on Friday. Now, I believe that has got us all completely caught up, and we are ready to take a look at the back of our minis here for everybody who's hanging around waiting to see the minis. It's time for the minis. They're coming your way. Okay, so we've already, of course, looked at the front of all of these, so this is really just a pass through the back. Because I know that Sheldon wants to see if any of these are missing their number, if any of them are hand numbered to 25 and all such as that. There, for instance, is one that is missing its number. It's for the Minnesota Twins. It's Byron Buxton. So that's one that falls into the variation pile. And that's the first little stack of them. I'm leaving Byron Buxton setting up there since he is a variation. And of course you see some of these have the A and G backs, but I don't, if they're in the absence of anything else, I don't really consider the A and G backs being really that much of a thing to worry about, unless it has also a missing number or it's hand numbered to 25 or something like that. Then it becomes more important. Here is Elvis Andreas for the Texas Rangers, also with the A and G back and missing its card number there on the back. So a couple of them so far. I don't think we had any in the first half of this, did we? Not that I remember that we're missing numbers or anything. So I slid here into the back half of the case what variations we do have. There's another Salvador Perez Kansas City Royals. So 3 so far. And one little stack here left to look at. And there's Jose Altuve. He's normal, I mean regular. Ah, there we go. Red back numbered to 25. There's our short print. Red back to 25, hand numbered, Gary Sanchez and the Yankees. So that's who we would be looking for. Finally makes his appearance, decides to show up here at the very last possible minute. So, Salvador Perez, Kansas City Royals, A and G back, no number. Elvis Andreas, Texas Rangers, A and G back, no number. Byron Buxton, Minnesota Twins, A and G back, no number. Gary Sanchez, red, A and G back, and hand numbered to 25 for the Yankees. And that's got us wrapped up tonight, guys. That is it for tonight, and that's it for Allen and Ginter. We don't have any more of it, so we won't be breaking it again till 2019. And we've already done our recap. We've already taken a look at all of our spreadsheet information again, so I think we are finalized for the evening. So once again, thank you, everyone, for participating. I appreciate having you here, and hopefully I'll see you again tomorrow night, or if not then, sometime soon. Until then, have a great week ahead. Bye now.